lived in New York for 10 years, but Toronto, I don't know. It may take the cake for food.
I couldn't believe how seen I felt by Tessa on so many different levels.
Why don't I flip the narrative and just like show him my commitment in one singular act?
Hey, what's up? It's Frankie, Cena, and I'm here with Bachelor in Paradise Canada winners. I like to call it winners. Tessa and Joey.
Finding love is winning, so.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, we won the show.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, game shows you win cash. You spend cash quick, and love is forever, right?
Yeah, some shows you win people, and
Yeah.
I won a person. I'm pumped about it.
As are diamonds. Diamonds are in fact forever.
So yes.
First and foremost, congratulations. I'm so happy for you two. Just huge congratulations.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much.
We appreciate it. We're also very happy for us.
Tessa, you proposed first. Tell me the thought process. When did you decide to do this? How did you pick the ring, and was it nerve-wracking?
So Joey kind of threw a curveball fantasy suites night. He was like, hey, I love you, but I'm not sure if I'm in love with you, and I don't know if I want to like pursue this in the real world. And I was like, whoa, like I knew we had two options here, but leaving together was always on the table. And I kind of convinced him that night that like what we had was so special that it was worth pursuing like in a real way. And then I was like, wait, like why don't I flip the narrative and just like show him my commitment in one singular act? So I decided to propose because I loved him and I wanted to. And I chose my own ring, which was pretty cool. It was definitely the most understated, I think, out of the options, and definitely reflected, I think, my style. So didn't know that Joey would have it in a box for me, but worked out.
That moment was an encapsulation of just how authentic you were as a reality TV star. So thank you for giving us that. Joey, did it catch you off guard? Did it make your proposal even better? Like, what was it like for you?
You know, even that night in the fantasy suites, I felt like Tessa really kind of just found the Rosetta Stone for Joey. And she just figured out how to talk to me, kind of put my mind at ease and make me feel at home with her and realize that like, yeah, what am I doing? I was just nervous. Guys always get scared, try to cut and run, but I was just like, no, there's no way I'm leaving this person ever. That's just crazy talk. So when she proposed to me, I mean, as you could see, I didn't cry at all. I had really good composure. I held myself together very well. So yeah, no, definitely wasn't surprised at all, and definitely made my job much easier.
So what's next for you as a couple? Maybe most importantly, where do you plan to live?
Yeah, so we're right now living in Toronto. So I'm new to Canada. I'm now a resident of Canada. Yeah, I love it here. I honestly I'm a big Degrassi fan from like back in the day. So I'm kind of living out my like childhood dreams of living here. But I think we're trying to find a place that's like convenient for both our families to have access to us, like down the line with like getting married and having kids. So I feel like Toronto, maybe Calgary.
Calgary's on the table. I'm not taking Alberta off the table,
Yeah.
But for now, kind of just, with our pursuits and career-wise and stuff like that, I think Toronto's going to be home for a little bit anyways.
Yeah.
When is the wedding?
Good question. Being that we're just finally getting to celebrate our engagement openly, we are going to start there and try to just, celebrate our relationship that we've had over the past year being engaged. But with that being said, we're thinking maybe like fall 2024.
I watch almost every single love show under the sun. And I must say, you guys seem to fall so genuinely in love so fast. Was it love at first sight? Was that an accurate depiction of the edit?
Yeah, I would say like that. I don't know, I'd say love at first sight, because our first conversation was a little bit kind of like, what are either of us doing? But that helicopter ride, like when we went on our first date, I think that was like, I don't know, for me, I was in an awestruck moment for sure.
I've never felt anything but at home with Joey. Like even when you walk into, a group of strangers and their cameras and it's hot and you just having a safe space in those environments just to make you feel like any sort of semblance of home is super important. So for me, our helicopter date was definitely when I knew that love was on the table.
Oh yeah. I mean, even for me, I don't think, even in that moment, I couldn't believe how seen I felt by Tessa on so many different levels, just on a one date in a helicopter ride, and having just spoken to her for that short of a time. I was like, how does this person see me so clearly?
Whatever people believe in, I believe in. So I believe in love, and it was very, very fun to watch. What's something we didn't see on TV that you're wanting to share, if you're allowed to share?
There was one moment that like wasn't on camera, just like Joey and I in a very like just mundane morning scenario. And it was the first time that I saw Joey as like a person with like a cup of coffee in his hand, like sitting down. And I became like a little kid who couldn't speak around her childhood crush, like freaking out. I was so nervous. I like bopped him in the head with a water bottle. And it was just the most like awkward experience I think I've ever had. But it was
so strange because like we were off camera and they didn't really let us hang out off camera, but we somehow like snuck it. And we were sitting there, I was just like, I'm not much of a morning person. I need my coffee bit to wake up. So I'm sitting beside Tessa and we're just hanging out and have coffee, and I turned, she's like, boop. And I'm like, what just happened? And do I love her more now, or do I need more coffee? I don't know what's happening. But it was a really kind of cute, strange, and genuine moment for us to like kind of see into each other's like, you know, comfortable sides of each other.
Very cute. Okay, well, it wouldn't be a reality TV interview without a little bit of drama. How's Maria?
Yeah, so that's a fun topic for me. I think it's most fun because Maria and I actually had like a very mature Instagram conversation almost a year and 2 months ago, where essentially I took accountability for like taking away from her experience finding love. Like after getting engaged, I was like, holy crap, if I made someone have a harder time doing this, like I should probably address that with someone. So she and I have been like good. I think when you rewatch the show, emotions come back up. You start kind of going back into the mindset that you were filming. But in hindsight, rewatching, I think I know why I was so passionate about my argument, because I was dealing with someone that I wanted to marry, like from the start. So
yeah, I don't know. I think for me, because I was not privy to any of the information and I was told different stories. So when I was able to back and just see the way in which Maria was dealing with and handling literally every situation with Tessa and things happening, I wish I'd known more at the time, because I would have said more. And I also just think, seeing it back now, that it was dealt with very just immaturely and from not a great space, especially from someone who says that they were my friend, to speak that way to someone that they know I do have an interest in, whether you think it's real or not. That's not a choice for you to make. So at this point, there's nothing for me more to say to her. I mean, basically, don't fuck with my fiance, because if you think I'm going to take anyone else's side, that's just not going to happen.
I love it. I mean, the love is real. The emotions are real. Sorry to bring us back to that place one more time, but we'll move on now. Let's go to something lighter. Favorite place as a couple in Toronto? It can be a restaurant. It can be a landmark. Just favorite place as a couple in Toronto so far?
Beach.
I was just saying our beach. First thing came to my mind. The bottom of Spadina. It's just like this tiny little man-made beach. There's no water access, but it's just like so close to where we're living. We just hang out. We took our cat there the other day, just hanging out at this fake little beach in Toronto.
Funny enough, actually, the closest the internet came to realizing we were engaged was because we both Instagrammed a photo at the same beach. They're like, we must be together. Like, I see Joey's shadow in Tessa's photo.
Tessa, as a soon-to-be new Canadian, favorite restaurant in Toronto?
That's a great question. Well, first of all, the food in Toronto is just next level. Like, I lived in New York for 10 years, but Toronto, I don't know. It may take the cake for food.
Okay, good.
I think my favorite food I've had thus far, Project Gigawater in Ossington. So good. They have like, what is it, like spring rolls, but they're actually Big Macs. It's like Big Mac spring rolls. Like, it's a lot of different fusion food. It's really, really tasty. I took my brother and my sister-in-law over there like last month, and they were blown away.
I cannot wait to see you out and about, finally revealing your relationship in Toronto. Thank you so much for this interview. I wish you both the best of luck in your next journey in life. I'm Frankie Cena with Narcity, and this was our Bachelor in Paradise Canada interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our Narcity channel to see more content just like this.